You feel it every single night. You pick up your phone just for a second, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. Your eyes hurt, your brain feels foggy, but you still can't stop scrolling. Here's the uncomfortable truth. That's not a habit. That's not laziness. That is your brain being hijacked. And the people who built these apps, they knew exactly what they were doing. Today, we're going deep into the psychology of social media and what it's actually doing to your brain. Not the surface level stuff, the real science that Silicon Valley doesn't want to talk about. Let's start with dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical your brain releases when something exciting happens, a reward, a surprise, a win. Now here's where it gets disturbing. Social media doesn't just trigger dopamine, it was engineered to keep your brain in a constant craving for it. Every like, every new comment, every notification, your brain treats it like a tiny hit of a drug. In fact, former president of Facebook, Sean Parker, openly admitted in 2017 that they deliberately designed the platform to exploit what he called a vulnerability in human psychology. His words, not mine. And it works. A 2023 study found that heavy social media users showed dopamine response patterns nearly identical to those seen in people with substance addiction. But dopamine is just chapter 1. Chapter 2 is even darker. It's what psychologists call social comparison theory. Here's how it works. Your brain is wired from thousands of years of evolution to constantly measure itself against others in your social group. Back in ancient times, that was maybe 50 people in your tribe. Today, you're being compared subconsciously to thousands of carefully curated, filtered, highlight reel versions of people across the entire planet. Every time you see someone's perfect vacation, perfect relationship, or perfect body, your brain doesn't know it's fake. It just registers, I'm falling behind. And that quiet feeling, that low-level anxiety you can't quite explain, that's not you, that's the algorithm. And then there's your attention span. Studies now show that the average human attention span has dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to just 8 seconds today. 8 seconds, that's less than a goldfish. But this isn't evolution, this is on design. Short-form content, reels, TikToks, shorts, trains your brain to expect constant novelty. Every 7 seconds, something new, something stimulating. So when you sit down to read a book, have a real conversation, or focus on deep work, your brain feels restless, bored, uncomfortable, because it's been rewired to need the scroll. The scariest part? Most people don't even realize it's happening to them. They just think they have bad focus. So what do you do with all of this? First, just knowing this gives you power. You're not weak, you're not broken. You are up against billion-dollar systems built by the smartest engineers on the planet. Second, start small. Set one screen-free hour before bed. Notice how your brain reacts. That discomfort you feel? That's withdrawal, and it tells you everything you need to know. The question isn't whether social media is affecting your brain. The question is, are you going to let it keep running the show? If your mind just shifted, even a little, hit subscribe, because every week we break down the psychology behind why you think, feel, and behave the way you do. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.